once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott. And greetings, blessings, salutations, and love. Once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott, and I tell you what, I say this pretty much every time, but I am truly excited to get started again. I am so grateful to all of you already swinging through, man, sharing your greetings, sharing your love, your blessings. What's up, man? I mean, I tell you what, it feels good to feel good. That much I'm pretty certain of. And I do feel pretty good. I do feel pretty good about where life has brought me to today. Holy cows, man. I don't want to distract from the messages, but holy cows, man. I have had like some pleasure again today. Holy cows, man. I'm telling you, these bodies, you find yourself a little bit of time and you start giving your body a little bit of attention and the muscles and the fingers. And just, oh my God, man. Good stuff. Good stuff. So I'll just say I spent quite a bit of time today already in pretty deep pleasure. I mean, there was times where my breath was just gone, taken away. It's like, whoa, and not in not in a sexual way, just in a holy cows, man. Our God, the God that creates the day and life and everything we know, holy cows, man. That God is as much a part of me as it is you, and that's a lot, right? God is that which creates us and moves us and brings us. And what I've been finding, right, the key to life, the key to finding all this good pleasure and the best of life. I mean, I'm sure others can find ways to make better lives. There's others living better lives than me already. But what I found, pretty simple. It's in the title today, right? Finding wholeness in unity, finding strength in unity, finding peace in unity. Even when you're unified with yourself, you're all alone, right? That's the idea, is to be whole, be strong, be at peace with who you are, wherever you are, whenever you are. Because the fact is, we're stronger together than broken. Individually and collectively, greater strength is found in the absence of fractures and divisions, right? It's pretty simple and obvious. Unite with the world that is found within your life, because the reality is you are here on earth for more than you dreamed. I can't conclusively prove that to you yet, right? But we're not done yet either. So just open your mind up to believe that you are here for more than you dreamed, more than you realized has already occurred. Don't think you know it all. Don't think you figured it all out. Please. I listen to my tone sometimes, and sometimes I know I do sound a little bit bossy, like I'm just telling people what to do and to know it all. I understand that's why people might misunderstand me, but Viru. Oh, I love you and Browns boy. Yes, let's document, right? Vero is reminding Brown's boy, Jack Talcott's act has fallen apart. Look how low his views are now. And according to my screens, it's like 28, 30, somewhere in there. But it doesn't matter. You're here right now. And Brown's boy, let's see what Brown's boy is looping today. He accused others of following a script, and yet he's repeating himself over and over and over. Like the narrative can't change. Well, he does come up with different ideas, though. Let me not undersell him. See, according to Brown's boy, NLP New Age propagandist with Fed, military, United Nations links to NGOs, non government organizations, and staged media events. Fake life coach knowingly lying about goals and has secret helper. No secrets, man. Holy cows, dude. Hey, congrats to you. New birdie's showing up, man. And I know Dr. D Head, Brown's boy, he means well. He means well. Well, what does an actor follow if not a script, knucklehead? Golly geez, man. Golly geez. I do sound a bit bitchy by times, but just past the bitch voice is one of the best. Yeah, I know. I know. Jack Brown's boy has you in his crosshairs. Be careful. I don't worry so much about being careful. I do seek to be cautious, though. I'm a little wiser than I used to be. I'm a little less likely to jump, to jump at the bait than I used to be. So I'm prepared. And what I think actually is that God has been preparing me for the likes of many of the folks that I've been experiencing, right? Because I've been studying health, I've been studying leadership, I understand a lot of different things about this world. And here, the reality is, brothers and sisters, this is our life to live. Finding wholeness, strength, and peace in unity. It's available. It's available for us all and through us all. See, I was thinking earlier today about this. Oh, I heard a song. That's what it was. I heard a song earlier today, and the main lyric, or maybe the title, was Live On Forever. Live on forever. Now, the idea of an eternal life, dude, that sounded like a real crappy idea to me back in my past before I started, changing my mind about things. The idea of living forever for one who's just trying to survive, just glad to survive. Dude, eternal life sounds horrible. But what if it was different, right? Because time without love, we survive those things, we make it through it. But time with love, ooh, baby. Time with love, man. Time just disappears. You ever notice that? You ever be with someone you love, or, doing something you love, creating something you love, experiencing something you love, and you just lose track of time, right? It's just poof, gone. Well, so think about that. Think about what the future could be like if all of your time was spent with love instead of absent from love. Wouldn't you want the eternal life like that with love? Would you not want to live on forever with the love of God and the love of Christ, Jesus, Yeshua, living with you? I mean, I kind of think that's a story that God's revealing for us. God really is pretty glorious. I don't know what's going on. I want to drop the link because I know how I can go, but I had actually every intention to begin earlier today, kind of just to hang out with Jack today since it's Saturday, and thought I'd just kind of flow and see what happens. But I got started a little later. So let's see. Yeah, I get a desire for corporate captured media. That's for sure. Jack isn't the droid he's looking for. Thank you. I think I get what you're saying. um, and here, I did drop the link for those who are present with the live stream and wish to share kind, polite, and calm conversations with Jack today. Please feel free to click the link. You are welcome to do so. And from Axis, good to see you, brother. You have given me inspiration to give the greatest satanic service ever. Dude, I am here to inspire and ignite. And if that fire fuels you, right, and you feel good and you end up sharing some good, man, then I've done my job. And if you want to give the credit to Satan, man, I don't care what you say, but you got to do what you say and you got to say what you say. Oh my goodness, man. I do just love this. Here, Browns boy, would you please go ahead and click the link? We can have some polite conversations, okay? I know that you are capable of it. I think we've had polite conversations in the past, but you got to know that you're wrong about me. You're right and wrong. That's the thing. There's subtleties to the truth. You got to be able to discern and put the pieces together in the right order to make it make sense. Otherwise, you just kind of stay in this cloud of confusion. And I want to help you out of that confusion because you're a good dude. A lot of people like you, from what I can tell. Um, so let's see. Jack's got his fake message of NLP, United Nations bullshit. Then he now needs other actors to join him to give him false credence. Yeah, I don't really agree with that, Browns boy, because there's true. I don't have a fake message, okay? And what you're calling NLP, I'm talking English, okay? I'm just speaking with what I've learned. Did I learn some different variations on psychology? Yes, I did. I looked into a bunch of different ideas, different philosophy, different ideas in psychology. There's different ideas in philosophies. There's different ideas in different religions. I looked to all those things. And what I found is, yes, the United Nations currently, what's currently respected as authority, right? The United Nations, the state heads, whether they're royalty and monarch or prime ministers or presidents or whatever the title you want to call it, man. It's just, unfortunately, what has happened is the United Nations, here, let me back up because there's a bigger picture here, right? The bigger picture is the patterns of this life we've been given. It is God and goodness that births and gives forth to life, which is goodness and God, right? So it's God and goodness that brings forth life. Now, that which is brought forth as life, as art, as science, as philosophy, that which is brought forth into creation can then be distorted, right? Because there's oppositional forces that don't want the clarity, don't want truth to be known. There's entities and beings of mind that have the consciousness and intention to keep you stupid. They want to keep me and you misinformed. Now, these beings and entities, they may or may not be in human forms, right? But all of the actions of these entities is going to be lived out through people. I hope this is making sense. We're in the spiritual battle in this life, right? That which was good has become distorted and used for darkness, such as governments, such as religions, such as economics, right? The money system. The United Nations is another example. It's a good idea, but putting it into practice so far, it's faced some challenges. And let me point this out too. I'm no expert on the UN either, but from what I've witnessed in past recent years, United States and Israel have both been some of the greatest stumbling blocks in the United Nations. But for whatever reason, the United States apparently has some sort of authority, maybe beyond others. I don't know. Let me get off my soapbox, man. I'm feeling good. I am feeling good. I really am. And if folks want to get into conversations, Browns boy, you can either join or maybe be silenced for a bit. Okay. Because what are you calling staged? At what point is something staged? At what point is a plan, you know, part of staging? We saw an opportunity. We went out with the intention of having media attention, right? There was a prearranged speech given to reporters that were invited to be with us. Yeah, I wasn't an organizer, but I was in full support of veterans standing up against the militarization in the United States. I stand proudly with those who oppose fascism, who oppose militarization, who oppose the imperialist nature of this corrupted society. I stand in solidarity with many Browns boys, so you can keep looping. You know, you found your own little echo chamber of people that'll say, "Yeah, that Jack man, he's what you say." You know what? I shouldn't be so engaged. Here, to tell you what, you know what? This was something I heard. I didn't make a note of who the quote should be, who credit to the quote should be given to. This is not my words, but I heard this earlier today and it makes so much sense. In your mind, in your being, in your experience, when imperfection stops becoming a problem for you, the system within you that monitors for problems, it's got a lot less to do. So if you change your mind and don't see problems as problems, then you're not in so much danger, right? Because there's problems everywhere, man. You can find problems and problems. You can find problems in anything. The idea is we can create a better world together when we stop getting so caught up in our judgments of one another. See, it's only through judgment, conditions, expectations, conclusions, right? It's through those things that we find our disappointment, we find our emotional pain. And then when we find disappointment, we find emotional pain, you know, we build these ways inside of us to protect us from this world that's kind of cruel. It's kind of tough, man. There's a lot of abused people. There's a lot of broken souls wandering around, not knowing what to do. They're just doing the best they can do. I used to live like that. I praise God, man. The story God is writing with me. Ah, this lifetime, it has been such an adventure so far. And I'm really excited to see what is going to happen in the future because the message today is not any secret, guys. As human beings, we are stronger together. Why? Why are we stronger together, even though we might be different from one another? How on earth could that work? If we're not all the same, how are we going to be strong? Those who are different are going to make us weaker, man. God, the mindset of people is so limited. The people I have in my memories, okay? In my imagination, I guess. God is so glorious. Let's pause there, okay? Seriously. Finding wholeness, strength, and peace in unity. Let's breathe. Breathing in the wholeness, breathing out the fractures, right? Breathing in the wholeness and breathing out the fractures, and just breathing in the gratitude and breathing out the pleasure. Surround yourself with it all. God, breathing feels good sometimes. When you breathe and you like really feel it, you can feel like this tingle. I mean, you may feel it. There's methods to breathing that really bring out that tingle, and I haven't done those in quite a while. I might want to do that again now that things have been different. Um, Red 40. Oh my goodness, man. Not sure THC products are for you, man. Um, hey, Voy, you're welcome. Welcome to join. I have not been. Should I give more? What am I missing? Am I missing anything from the chat? Oh, hey, Arpol, good for you. I'm not sure what you said, but I saw that there was. Did I see that? I saw Paul wasn't in a great mood yesterday. I tuned in for a moment, and I wish him the best. I kind of miss him when he's in a good mood. This is the reminder, Arpol. But hey, I distracted myself and I acknowledge, good on you, right? Recognizing and owning, hey, I can do better. And sometimes we do. We get in the moment, we have fun or whatever, and things get taken out of context. Um, hey, where I saw that, man. Golly, geez, I fell. Yeah, I miss bro too. um, uh, yeah, we're going to you know, he brings so much, but the unfortunate truth is he and I have not found ways to communicate. And without communication, there's no real cooperation, right? There's just bumping into each other. And that's kind of the way this world is. I think that's what God is showing. I think that's what God is showing. And Jaymon, please, my admiration and respect for the young man is there just as much as my frustration, right? My frustration has not been hidden, but neither has my love and respect. And I agree. Paul Unslaved is a strong man, and he's on this path to as a modern day American patriot. I know that when we learn to work together with others who are aligned on the same or similar paths, we can we can do a lot greater. Hey, yeah, USA, I'm glad. I did not listen for a long time. I just caught a little bit of tone and a little bit of these guys and those guys, and I've heard that stuff before, so I took off. Red 40, you haven't accepted Paul for who he is, in my opinion. I have tried to, but who he currently is, because of his fight for domination, I accept him but I can't work with him. He's proven it's not possible for me. So and here it's not just Paul, but it's Mr. Snafu and many others. People have wanted me to submit to them. Tommy too. Margot. Many people wanted me to submit to them in order for us to work together, but yeah, that ain't God. That ain't how God created me. Hey, sorry to have you back there so long. JG, go ahead and welcome back. What's going on, man?
Yeah, everybody's broken, man. Everybody has problems, and they're fucked up. This is life.
Only until they're healed. And once the healing
I,
is
I
found, people aren't fucked up.
there's I don't think there's 100% healing in this world, man.
JG, maybe you haven't looked in the right places yet.
I've looked, dude. See, this is the thing. It's like I have to like convince you that I've done a lot of research and I've had a lot of growth. I feel like you
Doesn't
guys don't. I feel like people look at me and they're just like, oh, you got to improve. It's like, dude, I've done so much fucking improvement, and I'm
okay.
looking at people like you guys
JG.
are unaware of a lot of the stuff I know.
Well, what I am aware of is what you show me, right?
Right,
And
you don't even know me. And yesterday I started saying real shit.
can I
People are
finish?
like, oh shit.
Can I finish saying what I was going to say?
Yeah,
Right.
$5.
Well, the reality is, yeah, you stand confidently. You don't even know me, yet you assume to know what I know. And JG,
No, no.
I've been trying to tell you, despite your work on yourself, I recognize that. Congratulations. I want to encourage you and support you on that path. More, especially men. Men need to fix themselves. Men need to get their shit together. Men need to support other men in getting their shit together. And JG, I'm confident that is why God brought you and others to me.
You got to prove that theory then.
Greetings, gentlemen. Greetings, Jack. JG.
Frank, welcome to you. Thank you for your patience. Good to see you, brother. Thank you for yeah, please. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you. I was kind of jamming with your message about breathing, and I was thinking about breath and movement. I'm a big time practitioner of Chinese Kung Fu. And one of the fun things about breath, like a lot of people will do meditation and sit and do their deep breathing, which is good too. But breath and movement, man, that's really something.
Right, that's real shit right there. Where like Christianity is just mind control.
You can call it what you want. The truth is contained within it, but it's not limited to Christianity, in my opinion. Wisdom, that is. It's not limited there. And mind control is, you know what? Mind control has proven to be very successful in today's modern men.
So JG was talking about we don't really know him. I guess we don't really know each other that well. Voice here, I know Voice in the Netherlands, right? He's a European fella.
I
Very
mean,
cool.
I heard somebody talking about modern man, and yeah, here I
Yeah, we
am.
don't want to talk about him. I'm from Los Angeles. I think, Jack, you're from originally Portland, I think, the West Coast.
Uh, Washington State, yeah.
Okay, so we're both West Coast fellas. You're Upper
Yeah.
West Coast. I'm Lower West Coast. What about JG? Oh, JG dipped. Are you still
Yeah,
there?
because he's the imposter of me, right? I mean, yeah.
Boy, you're originally a Germanic descent, is that right?
No, I'm Danish, dude. I'm actually Danish.
Danish.
Yeah.
Okay, good magic. Jack, I was going to ask you, what's wrong with the world today, Jack? I was looking at a documentary on my hometown, LA. I'm from LA, and I grew up in LA, man. It was a hugely prosperous city, just stuff always bumping. And like downtown LA now, man, it's just a ghost town. like all of Hollywood, all the downtown LA area, like it's empty. There's huge 19th century buildings of beautiful construction that are falling into disrepair. New York's the same. Everyone's abandoned New York. It's just empty. It's a ghost town. I want to know, are there any prosperous cities left in the United States these days?
Damn, that's a great question.
Yeah.
I know there's plenty of wealth on display in Dubai by the sounds of it. I mean, I don't know that. I haven't been there, but
Yeah. Like you said, displays, right? But I
yeah,
mean, do you know the history of Dubai? I mean, the
not
history goes back like 50 years. 50
is that
years.
it?
Yeah.
It's well, dude, this
Imagine that. Imagine growing up in the desert and having nothing to go for and to go by with,
oh, that's
and
right.
then all of a sudden there's this fucking Disneyland, right,
Right.
being
Yeah, it
Yeah,
built
seems
up.
like
Like, oh,
seems
and
like
now all of a
corporations and government just destroy prosperity. Like it was the
no,
people that made LA great.
no,
It was the
even
people that
no,
made New
dude,
York great.
no. I
But
mean, I know what you're saying there, Frank, but
I
it's
watched it
not.
happen. Yeah, no, it's a
No,
fact.
it's they're just displaying prosperity. It's not faking it. They're just displaying it. But it's just like Disney World. It's just like Disneyland. In the desert, in the middle of the desert, there's Disneyland. That's what Dubai is. That's what Abu Dhabi is.
right. It's an another brilliant, obvious example of mankind's misplaced priorities, right? While we've got these billionaires playing all sorts of things, they're living some pretty amazing lives, creating some incredible things. We do have billionaires trying to create their own cities, billionaires buying their own islands. We've got we've got mothers and fathers who are struggling to keep their lights on and to feed their children too.
Yeah, supposedly there's shortages and there's already beautiful infrastructure that exists, but it needs to be repaired. I think essentially, Voy, me and you were having a different conversation. Um, but yeah, there are some prosperous areas in the States. I would say like Florida, the Miami area, these places where, yeah, the huge mega corporations are set up, Disneyland and Disney
No,
World, that kind of thing.
no, we were talking about Abu Dhabi and Dubai, and
Now,
I
actually, we're
was
talking about the US, but yeah, you brought Dubai in. Go ahead.
no,
Yeah, yeah, like Frank said, maybe we were having
okay,
different conversations, but
okay, okay.
here,
But I mean, have you ever imagined Dubai and Abu Dhabi? I mean, those cities were built out of nothing, you know,
right,
literally in the desert, in the
right,
desert.
with slave
That,
labor.
yeah, right. And
Yeah,
not even with slaves
Managed by a
from,
slave population too. They
yeah,
yeah,
continue to function only because they have slaves.
and not even slaves from the country that they are in, right?
right,
Slaves,
right.
slaves
It's
from another country, right? They had
yep,
to bring in the slaves. So
right.
I
And
mean,
people voluntarily go and involuntarily get sent, and then we've got a society that for generations has allowed people to get away with exploiting other people.
yeah.
It's up to us to change it.
The fuck is going on outside?
I don't know. I'm not out
Fireworks. Sorry, fireworks.
there. You got fireworks.
Yeah.
Frank, here, please. I'm gonna while you figure that out. Frank, you're in China.
Yeah, I'm in Beijing. That's right.
Did we speak about the population of China?
We did just the other day. I'd mentioned that it's much lower than people
Okay.
imagine it to be. Yeah, it
Okay.
was vastly overestimated by like whatever, and all of the modern experts these days are saying that it's much lower than they had originally predicted.
Well, and it could have, well, the reason I ask is I remember also in today's social media, and I know, it's hard to know what is and is not real, but I saw like a few different reports of China, showing people saying, hey, this area, these malls, these streets, these areas used to be just filled with people not that long ago. and now it's kind of barren, kind of like many of the cities and malls and stuff in the US too.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. Beijing, Shanghai are their two most probably prosperous cities, and then in the south, like Shenzhen and Hong Kong. These cities stay very active. You could go around, you could find areas that are turning into like ghost towns. Yeah. And then in addition to that, they built tons of infrastructure in other places that just stands empty because there weren't any
Right.
people to fill them. Huge megalithic ghost towns everywhere. So yeah, it's weird to me that we talk about this scarcity when such abundance exists that's not being
Yes.
utilized. It's a very bizarre world we live in.
Well, it is because a well-informed minority has taken advantage of the misinformed majority. That is us. I've said this and I saw this in so many ways, guys. Because of the secrets and lies told from those in authority, right, to protect the wealth, because of the secrets and lies, we've had the deceived raising the confused for generations. It's fucking crazy. Trauma has become so normalized that, yeah, oh, you got beat as a kid too? Oh, you got molested? Oh, you got raped? Oh, yeah, I guess that's the majority of people. What the hell have we done? Mankind, I mean.
Right. It's a question, man. Like, and I don't think we have it figured out yet. I know people are putting together the pieces, and the older we get, a little more we know, but yeah, something's been done, man. Some sort of subterfuge has been run on the world, Jack. It's an interesting thing.
It's devilish by nature, which is actually a good thing because anything that's devilish, well, then you know the solution. The solution is just God, baby. And I know that that's what's happening. God is revealing the joke to us that the majority of human suffering here on earth is actually man made. And that which isn't man made is most often imagined, which is still man made. Finding wholeness, strength, and peace in unity is the stream title today. And what I suggest everyone just really kind of unify with, practice unifying with the present moment. Be one with now, eternally, with love. Doesn't that sound right? Be one with now and eternally with love to discover far more than you dreamed. It'll be shown. God does everything. Jack,
Yeah, that's
that's why God does anything.
a gorgeous backdrop you had there. Finding that special place within is sometimes very, very important. I didn't even know that Dr. Carl Jung did an entire series of like meditations on going inward and building out the like inner temple. I don't know if you've done any of his inner path working stuff, but yeah, I came across it recently. I was investigating his Red Book, Carl Jung's
Mm.
Red Book, which I is a masterpiece I'd never looked at when I was young. I didn't even know about it, but I've been looking into it, and then I found an entire series of like his self-hypnosis and meditative practices, and I'm just scratching the surface on them. But yeah, they're really wonderful.
I've gotten a few signs that I should spend time checking out that Red Book. The logic of his identification of the shadow, and then not directly from him, but many of the ideas that developed from him, the ideas of projection and all of that stuff. It opened my eyes, my mind, right? Makes sense.
Well, you sound like communists.
Yeah, there's a lot there. There's a lot there.
I mean,
Yeah,
I mean that's
pair of
just an
communists here,
observation.
huh? Me
It's
and
not a
Jack.
critique or anything. I mean, the two of you sound like communists.
Okay.
Well, I
And
mean that. I mean, do you agree with that, or do you think that I'm just making a joke or whatever? I mean, will you respond to that, Frank and Jack, please? You sound like communists.
I'll start because I could go really quick. I think, yeah, I'm a bit of a communist boy, but I'm a communist in the sense of communal living, not in the negative connotations of the sickle and the hammer and trying to divide things up over intellectual means. I think that pulling together is an important thing. But yeah, and then Jack, what about you? Do you?
well, I want to know what that means. What is it? What would it mean if I did have ideas of a communist here in a world that glorifies capitalism?
Okay, so that would mean that you think that the whole world would have to become one for it
Yes.
to be. See,
Yes.
see how
And this
easily,
is
see how eager you agree to that. See, so that therefore you are a communist and you agree to that.
no,
Yeah. Well,
we're confusing terms. Okay.
maybe not in the term, maybe not in the term, but in the yeah. You
In the goal, yes, my goal is in line with, I can't deny the similarities. My
Okay.
idea is very similar to other sick and twisted ideas of the past about world domination and the globalist agenda. I
Oh,
say yes, that's part of the solution, but not
and
the
Frank
way.
Frank is living in China. He's living your dream, kind of.
Not
So,
my dream, no,
no,
because
but he's attempting. I mean, China
mm,
is working
Yeah,
to.
no, I'm living my own dream, boy. I had the kung fu
Okay, but
Chinese magic
you know
dream.
what I mean, Jack. You
Yeah,
know what
yeah.
I mean. You know what I mean.
Um,
He's
Yeah,
almost.
I think Jack's right though. I think if we had greater freedom of movement and if people were put to productive tasks. Okay, well, I'll put it to you this way. Yesterday, the Powder Dusty said that conflict was necessary in order for human evolution. And I don't think it is. I think that we can live without conflict. Like Chinese society operates almost entirely without like physical violence or conflict
Jesus
of
kisses, dude. Have you
any real
ever
kind.
dealt with mass
boy,
immigration in
boy,
China?
calm down.
Well, yeah,
Okay,
just
I'll calm
to
down.
finish my thought,
But
I think there are other things that can motivate us. There's
no, I mean you
suspense,
never
there's
dealt with mass
novelty.
immigration in
Um,
China.
Let him
if
finish and then
I
we'll ask, boy, please.
yeah, yeah, Voy, and to sideline a tangent for a second for Voy. I grew up in Los Angeles where mass immigration was a huge thing, so I've seen its effects. But
No,
yeah, to finish my line of thought, I think that there are other things that motivate and create people and create evolution. I've been engaging in art a lot, and like Jack was saying a moment ago, I've always longed for immortality and making beautiful fine art and stuff like it just consumes
we
hours
were
and
talking
hours of
about
time.
communism. We were
You know,
talking
going
about
from a sketch to a watercolor to like gouache
uh,
and oils and stuff.
this. Okay,
I'm
I'll
just
shut up.
I'm making
Shut
a
up.
short point for you. I'm just trying to bring it
No,
down to a
that's not
concise
a point.
l-
That
land my
was
plane.
deflecting. That's deflection.
Maybe I missed your question.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I wandered a little far
No,
afield
you
there.
didn't. You're
Jack,
smart.
what about you? What is your like idea of this the unity and the wholeness and the strength and finding peace through those things, right? Like how do we see it play out?
Listen,
Well,
I believe. Sorry, Jack. Sorry.
thank you. Um, I do believe that our world would be much better if we didn't have so many rules and regulations. If we actually just had common laws, right? Do no harm, be kind, be honest, be respectful, be generous. I can imagine a world where we overcome these stupid imaginary borders. We're building walls on imagined lines, right? Imagined lines in the sand that someone else decided, oh, this is where America ends, this is where Mexico begins. And we're building walls. Walls like that are for prisons. So America is literally an open air prison being enforced and, you know, ruled by the insane. I took us way off. Globalism.
Yeah,
I
we were talking
believe,
about communism, right? Because Frank said that communism is the solution, and I told the two of
No,
you
no,
that
no,
you
no,
are.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Don't put words in my
Yeah,
mouth.
yes, you did, because
Mhm.
that's what I attacked the two of you. That's how I attacked the
no.
two of you, because you appear to me like a bunch of communists.
But what you're missing
Okay.
in the past and present examples of capitalism or communism, these titles are not that real different. It's all controlled by the bullshit banking system, right? So the
I
world,
agree. Yeah.
what's that?
I totally agree with what you said, that like capitalism will lead to communism, right? That's the whole idea of capitalism.
Well,
And banking systems under
capitalism
government control.
Yeah.
capitalism leads to fascism for
Yeah.
sure because it's a top down power of ownership and the hierarchy. We've got it backwards. We could flip it all around and restore power to where it belongs, which is with the masses, right? The masses who move, the masses who do the work, not the few little bosses who, you know, get on a keyboard and they move digits from one accounting system into another accounting system, and the next thing you know, they're making more profits over exploited workers and overcharged customers. We've got a criminal racket system we call government and economics.
Hmm.
And I think the solutions are easier than people like necessarily make it
Yes.
out to be, right? Like we've got serious problems. We've got homelessness, we've got disease, we've got criminality,
You
and
don't
those
have
things that
any homelessness
Void,
in
please,
China.
if I may, thank you, Void.
No, you
Boy,
don't have
boy,
homelessness in China.
what makes you
I'm
say that
American
when
too,
he's there?
first and foremost. Yeah, there is some homelessness here, but I'm talking on a broader field rather than just my individual dwelling space. Void. What I'm talking about is that the common core root in all of these things is that they spring from poverty, and poverty springs from the gluttonous taking more than they need and taking it away from people who do not have enough. Right?
See, there's the communist spirit coming up in you again.
So is there anything wrong with that? If you want to call it
Yes,
communist spirit that suggests we make sure that those who have needs receive what they need in order to survive, if you want
that's
to call
social.
that communism, then what's wrong with it?
No, that's being social. It's not even
It's
not.
being humane.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and there's no ism there. There's no ism.
right.
Okay,
That's
thank you.
that's
Yeah.
the idea, honestly.
In the US, it's epidemic, the amount of homelessness happening in American cities. Meanwhile, huge, beautiful buildings are standing empty with
Yeah.
giant 30, 40,
Oh,
$50 million price tags
No,
on them where
see, there's the communist in you speaking again, Frank.
it's a balancing
but
factor.
but
It's
No,
boy, but boy, what
yeah,
about the facts he's saying? Right? You're labeling him as a communist, but what about the facts he's saying? We have we have
I know
shelters for
why these
people in the
buildings are built.
streets.
Being sorry, Jack, for
No,
speaking over
go,
you, but I know
no, go
why
ahead.
these buildings are being built. You know, they're being built so the people that are building these buildings can make money.
Right. At the expense of humanity.
Of the investors. Of
No,
the
that's the excuse. They exploit markets, right? They manipulate costs, they create
Yeah,
illusions of scarcity so that,
exactly.
right, for the shareholders. But what that illusion of scarcity does is it creates real life poverty where real life suffering happens all around the world. And we don't
So
have to live that way. We don't.
I know that to be a fact, but Frank brought that on to be a solution. Like, oh, they're building all these buildings, but nobody lives in them. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's not
Right.
an argument. That's not an argument. I
No, no,
mean,
no, and I'm not just talking about the ones that are being built. I'm talking about the current infrastructure in
No.
American cities,
Yep.
particularly. I've been watching a lot of documentaries over the last few months
dude,
because my
you're
intention, my boy, if I may, please, without
yeah, yeah.
interrupting me,
Sorry, sorry.
my intention is to move back to the United States ultimately, and it grieves my heart when I see folks wandering the streets, homeless and at inns without meals and stuff like that. Meanwhile, the rich are living in glorious decadence, and then the fields are barren and people are starving. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Okay, so sorry. I hear you, Frank, and I hear you, Jack. But I'm speaking from Europe. Jack is talking from the USA, and you are talking from China. Can we please keep it like that? Like Jack is talking from the USA, and you were talking from China, and I'm talking from Europe, because otherwise it's gonna get so fucked up, dude, like it is now.
Right.
I,
Well, Jack's
I don't
audience
even
is
know.
mostly American.
I don't even know what point you are making, trying to make there.
I'm speaking to my American brothers and sisters, boy, and sorry to
Yeah, yeah,
exclude
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Yeah.
See, that doesn't make sense, because you were talking about the investments that people made in the how do you call this, in the
Oh, yeah. Jack's talking about these investments being backed by spurious funny money that's just created through banking scams. So
yeah.
he wants to break through that fantasy with which you're so enthralled, boy.
That's the truth. The money system, it's created this paradigm, the real life structure of our world. It costs money to live. Where does money come from? Well, if anywhere, it's the mind and imagination of man, but um, but in this world, it comes from banks. Well, through the Federal Reserve Act of 1913 here in America, uh, the bankers got their foot in the door, and the American freedom has been sold. Now, when America was created, the nations were breaking away from some of the idea of what's the term they use when it's kings and queens? It's feudalism. Is that right?
Yeah,
Anyway,
monarchy, feudalism.
yeah. And so we were supposed to create this new great nation of, self-governing, but the bankers have taken control. And here's the reality: we've been misled. People, our parents, our grandparents, the officials, the experts, there's been a lot of misleading. And the misleading has resulted to the effects of the last few years. You might even go back as far as 9/11, as far as things really kind of starting to pick up steam in this avalanche of destruction that's happening here in the world. Sorry. The fix to fix any problem, we must simply accept first. We must first accept that a problem exists. And I think the majority of us realize there's a problem in our economic and political systems. Let's bring in our religious systems as well. Those seem to be the biggest hang-ups for or excuses for people. So if we get past the systems and we just recognize, hey, these are ideas that people have agreed upon, whether you're Republican or Democrat or identify as American or Muslim or Christian, these are ideas that we've agreed to. That's all it is. Let's change the ideas of what it means to be an American,
To be a Muslim.
to be a Christian.
Hmm.
Yeah, let's change what it means and let's
Be
raise
a
the
Norwegian,
standard.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
What does it take for a person to be a Norwegian? I mean, it takes. What does it take for a person to be a Norwegian? I mean, you're not a Muslim to begin with, right? So I know you don't believe in borders,
right.
but that's that's what it takes, man. It takes limits. It takes borders to be
It
what.
takes Sorry to
Otherwise,
interrupt.
okay,
Let's.
I believe in your dream. I believe in your dream, Jack. But then again, there was this thing in the Bible too that was called Babylon, right?
America.
No, Babylon. It was called Babylon, and everybody spoke the same language, and everybody believed in the same thing, and it didn't work out, so God destroyed it.
Right. Because they were prideful and had hubris, kind of like
Right?
the fallen angels.
So don't you think we should take charge and say, okay, this is this is our language, this is our country?
No,
No?
no.
Okay. So you believe in Babylon.
Well, what you're suggesting is compliance and conformity, and I'm not for that. I celebrate diversity and inclusion. We can
Yeah.
welcome, I mean, especially in today's age, we should be beyond separation of language. We've got the technology and services all around us, the knowledge is available. We shouldn't be divided by language anymore, but I also believe that through the teachings of Jesus, not only Jesus, but many others, and the development of time, I believe that God is got us prepared because America is the modern Babylon. We were divided by language, couldn't understand one another, as it was said. Well, we've got everything we need if we unite back together as Jesus taught, right? Loving one another, love your neighbor, even though they might be different. Welcome in the stranger from a foreign land, welcome in a stranger from a foreign town, right?
How
A
far does
traveler.
how far does that go?
Yeah, and
Because
provided we have
okay,
like a
okay.
are you if
If I take that dream of you, Jack, please let me take that dream of you. I mean, it doesn't take me 4 hours to say it or 30 minutes. So if I take that dream of you, like let's say that like half of my country would travel to Nigeria or to Niger or or
before you launch into a hypothetical void, if I may, the technology Jack's talking about can facilitate the small things, right? The minutia. But I think what we've always been striving for, and I think he's right in this, is a form of universal brotherhood and a culture of compassion where we all have a minimum standard. And I think Voi's big fear here is that when they let in the
no,
immigration
not a
problem,
fear.
is that that doesn't work out. Those people, due to poverty and the disease rooted in poverty,
No, it's not
criminality is the
poverty.
fruits of their of what happens.
No, it's
And I
my
can see that
experience.
too, Voy.
It's not
Yeah, I
my
know it's my
fear.
experience. I
It's
lived
not
it
my
30 years ago, Voy.
it's not my fear, and it's not about poverty. So, can
Okay.
you please restate that again,
Well, then
Frank?
maybe you could further define it that if I'm wrong.
Please.
And I think,
Yeah.
and am I wrong in thinking that we should have a universal brotherhood and a culture of compassion,
We
and that those are the
already have
things we
that.
should,
We
already have that?
Whoa.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you stand behind that? Where is this universal brotherhood and path of
Uh,
compassion or
well,
unity of
I
compassion?
mean, I live in the Netherlands, and
Uh-huh.
yeah. I mean, I think the Netherlands actually accounts for accosting, or how do you call this? Accosting most of the nations in the world in the smallest country imaginable. So
Okay.
yeah,
And it's known for doing what? Hosting?
yeah.
I
Okay.
think flowers, tulips, known for tulips.
Don't
Yeah.
do Frank. Don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
Going
yes, Frank.
bankrupt over tulips.
Tulips. Yes, Frank. Tulips. Yes.
Well, but okay, but Voy, beyond that, I mean, the world, I'm not sure about Frank, but what I heard from Frank and what I'm certainly pointing to is a brotherhood around the world,
Yeah.
not just in one state. I mean, good for you. And it's been years. I do remember my visit to Amsterdam. Many very friendly people, wonderful, beautiful place.
Mostly gay, right?
I don't know. I didn't notice that.
No, I mean, we are very friendly people, and very. It's not about the Dutch people. It's about an attitude, right?
Hmm.
The Germans have the same attitude.
Well,
We,
this is sorry,
but
go
but
ahead.
at a certain point, it gets too much. I mean, we don't mind people with another color or another culture, but at a certain point, it gets to be an invasion.
Well, certainly. I mean, this is one of the things that my eyes have been open to. I never really considered it, but there's people that have been in refugee camps
Hmm.
10 years, 20 years, maybe, right? Caught in between borders of nations,
Have you ever
lost.
met one of them?
Huh?
No. Have you ever met one of them that you speak of?
On through social media. I mean, I've spoken with people all around the world.
Okay.
Um, and I trust most people for their testimony, when it doesn't seem there's any agenda. And I've met some people that are really they're lucky to be alive. I mean, it's no shit what's happening in this world right now. And we're among the lucky ones. How many days how much time we spend just hanging out online? I mean,
Yeah.
there's people that are I met a really an amazing young man out of Nigeria, I believe, if I remember right.
Yeah.
His purpose, what he's doing, he's focused on is farming. So he's been focused on teaching himself and teaching his community how to farm, and they're working together to build these community farms. But the civil unrest is so ridiculous around him. He showed me pictures recently of,
That's
you
why he
know,
escaped. He's the exception to the rule.
Where did you say that was, Jack?
I believe
Nigeria.
he's in Nigeria.
Yeah. That's
They,
why he escaped, because he was the smart one.
he's not escaped. Where
Yes.
he's trying
That's
to
why you met
provide, Voy, where he's trying to build a farm and help his community feed themselves, there's others who are trying to find other ways. He showed me his horse that he's invested in raising that had been attacked. Not, and I think it was more than just one horse. They were attacked by machetes, right?
him.
Because these other people, such civil unrest, they don't give a fuck about life.
That's what I'm
So
saying.
he's not escaped, Voy. He's in the midst of a very dangerous situation right now. And I want to try and find a way to help him and many others who have it worse than him.
Well,
Right. And so situations like that, Jack, like where maybe those other folks are powered up on, I don't know, illicit drugs and violence and stuff like this. There's where can we bridge the gap and have the universal brotherhood if there isn't at least a system of standards? So like where, yeah, that's where it makes those situations like that so challenging. Like here's a young man trying to do the right thing and work hard to grow food from the land and bring a better state of being to his village, but then at the same time he's being preyed upon by roving bands of warlords and stuff.
that's why he escaped from.
Yeah.
No, he didn't escape, boy. Blessing snafu.
Hello, guys. I want to say, as a community, there might be some optics in play that Jack may be able, with you all and all of us together, could help. It sounds like Landry might have got himself in trouble recently. We don't know. We're verifying it. But if he got arrested,
That's
if
not
he
the
got arrested
discussion. That's
recently,
not the discussion.
well, no, Jack, that means he's on a
Right.
downgrade fall since doing some things, and Jack may be able to help. I'm just curious. Have you heard anything? I'm trying to verify if it's real or not. And you care about him. You care about all
What
of
did
us,
he
right?
do?
And maybe he's on a downfall because he's been coming up here, reaching out with all these channels, doing some weird shit. And I want to know if this shit's true or not. So we'll verify it. But I just am asking if you heard it. And Jag, maybe you could help.
Help with what?
What do we do?
To confirm or not? I
Well,
mean,
yeah. Can you
can't
help confirm? Can you help me, community? Oh no. Okay. No,
I don't-
I'm just.
I don't know
I
anything
mean,
specific. I know he's living his path, and I know he's living his life. Life is happening with him and his family.
okay. I didn't know if he reached out to you,
bit.
and I'm just asking. I'm doing my journalistic value of asking, and you could say yes or no. I get it. He might have reached out to you.
Snafu, that's actually something I wanted to talk to you about. And sorry for muting you, Voy. I wanted to allow him to finish. If you wanted to jump in, please go ahead. Voy.
No, not at all. Just go ahead.
All right.
I think it could be fake, something he might be putting out to Jack. We're trying to verify if it's a game he's playing. So he might be doing a manipulative.
I don't know what has been said and what has not been said.
But on your topic today, I got to say, I kind of agree with you.
You agree that we're stronger together?
Yeah, but I also agree that you have to call the optics for what it is. Like I saw a lot of people very culted in the Paul movement, and I saw you trying to say, hey, I'm okay, but he also wasn't listening to me. And I say that to both you guys and the guru side. So, I mean, I think good for you in a sense. I think I stand by when I say Jack Talcott has done more movement, more optics than Paul in the last few years, and we've watched it. We've watched him from a fireplace. We watched him in City Hall type shit. We watched him even fuck with Thorpe's almost on a van ride. But the fact is, Jack, you are doing moves. I witnessed them. Paul's been just doing the camera thing.
Hey, Zebra.
I see it, Jack, and I will defend Jack on that. But go ahead. I yield. I'm just here to
Go ahead.
chill.
Because you were doing the love bomb and then
No, I wanted to know about Landry. Really, I don't know. I think it's fake. I think it's something he's putting out.
that
You
was your
piqued our curiosity too. What is it?
that was your primal deflection, and then do the love bomb.
Yeah. Because Jack's
Jack,
here for the community, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to hear the allegeds and the potential spiel of what the story is? Because he left it kind of in a miasma of mystery.
I saw him recently in the chat, so I assume he's not in jail at the moment, and I trust he's doing well. So
Here. I'll post what I found. This is something that
I
might
don't-
be. I don't
Here.
know. It might be fake. It might not be. There's a case number on it. I'll look
Thank
into
you.
it later. I didn't
Please-
know.
please
I just
proceed.
wondered what you knew, if you knew anything. And you said no. We can move on.
Thank you. I appreciate you bringing it. And
You care about the
let's-
community.
let's
I'm here
please,
about the DA.
please. Thank you. Please pause. I want to welcome JG. He was in the back patiently waiting for a bit. How you doing today, my friend?
I talked to you earlier. Yeah, I'm good.
All right. And Goblin, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good, man. I'm digging.
Finding wholeness, strength, and peace in unity. What are we uniting with? That's what we need to ask ourselves. Here's something I never realized, guys. This power of love, the purpose of presence, being present with your mind and heart united together, that is so, so important. I think maybe I want to say it might be more important for men at this point, because the men I've seen, guys, we got to do better. The world is crying out for men around the world to be better. And I think the best way for men to become better is for other men to step in and say, hey, let's see what we can do with you, man.
That's what I'm trying to do. You got to give me the keys. and I
Can-
fucking
can I-
do exactly what you're asking for, but you won't submit.
can I
Earlier
respond?
today, you're saying that we were asking for you to submit, and some of them are asking for you to submit without helping you. I'm telling you to submit, and I'm going to blow you up.
Okay,
It's the
so can I
difference.
respond to
Not
that? What you
cupcaking a
said there?
post office either type.
Before
Snafu,
before
please
Snafu takes over the whole fucking
go ahead,
stream.
please, boy, please go
Okay,
ahead.
so we don't even need to be better. We just can be good. Okay.
Just
Yeah,
gotta step into
I
the
would like to
position to
see
your
Jack.
highest potential, man. That's what matters.
I would like to see Jack go out to some events, go talk to the public about these ideas versus us,
We
and see
just can be
we can
good.
interact with him
We
as
don't
he's talking
even
to other
need
people.
to be better. We just can be good.
Jack, do you want to get in the field or not? I mean, so to speak, this is the office, right? Turning on the camera is the office. When I said
Boy,
that you're
can you
doing things,
elaborate?
you're out in the field.
Boy, can you elaborate what you're getting at?
I could, but there's no need to, right? There's no need to. I said it. I say it as short as I can. We can be good. There's no need to be better. We can be good.
We can be good. It's a choice.
Well,
Well,
let's
that
not
means
assume that
that he's limiting his potential if he says that he can only be good but not better.
Oh, it's true,
Yeah.
JG. That's absolutely true.
There's no need to be better if you're good. There's
Void.
no
What
need.
about bettering yourself
Boy,
is always good, right? Bettering
please.
yourself.
Who's to tell you what? There's always room for better. Okay, but
Well, Jack,
what
can
if-
you
what if
answer my
good-
question of action?
wait, what if
Because I was
good?
asking you a question about
Snafu.
action.
Snafu,
Jack,
please.
if I may, real quick, you've
Not-
always talked about bringing solutions to the table. I'm bringing a solution to the table, and like all this babble talk, I said, do you want to get out in the field and do some of this talk that you're doing here online, or not really? I asked you a legit question about strategic, tactical, Jack Talcott cult or non-cult out in the field. Yes or no?
I think he wants
Before
to
I
get you a plastic table at the college. Go ahead. Sorry, Jack.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Frank. College or a fucking busy intersection or public business areas with high volumes of people walking down.
Before I even entertain your question, we need to address the fact that you keep interrupting me.
Sorry, just doing what you asked for, bringing solutions.
No, I've never asked you to interrupt me.
That's true.
Never once.
The solution interrupted you. I'm sorry. I apologize. Let's go ahead.
See, the thing is we'd be talking about different ideas if you actually paid attention and listened to me, right? If you understood me, our focus would not be on, going to set up a table at some university to talk to people about their opinions. No.
You want to
we're
go
gonna go-
bigger, Jack? I could get
Yes,
you maybe. I
yes.
could get you in the fucking temple with the Buddhists. In if there's
Quit-
a
you know
robot
what?
that the
I'm gonna
Buddhist
drop
people
you.
have
I'm gonna
accepted,
drop
why
you.
not? Can't they accept you?
I'm gonna drop you.
I'm being real.
I'm being real too. Stephen, how are you today?
Oh, please.
Welcome back.
Hello. Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, welcome, Stephen. Hello. So we were talking about better and good. I would suggest that better is objective. Is it okay? Interesting. No, because better can also be subjective, as is good. Good is subjective. Now, there's objective traits towards what is good, towards what is better, that's for sure. But it's all open to interpretation. And this is what I was getting at earlier, guys. And maybe this is what Voy is trying to say too, is that good is probably perfect sometimes, right? Where was that?
Yes.
Here, this is what I brought up earlier. When problems stop being a problem, when imperfection stops being a problem, The system that monitors for problems has less to do. We're perfectly designed to self-protect, self-sustain, regenerate, right? We're perfectly designed. And within us is this system that monitors for problems, watches for danger, our nervous system. But those people who are still carrying around memories of trauma, and they loop in these memories and start reliving reliving past events over and over,
These traumas, right?
they drive themselves nuts, and then they drive other people around them nuts. And next thing you know, we got insane people like Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth and supporting war criminals like Netanyahu.
Oh,
And it just doesn't make sense.
no, it doesn't.
I was going to ask you, is good and evil on a spectrum like darkness and light?
Yes, dude. Good is Dutch.
No, I
And
was asking Jack, not you.
good is Dutch and evil is Canadian.
It's the same concept all over the world,
Oh.
just different, you know?
Dutch are not good, but I was asking Jack, is it a spectrum like darkness and light? Light's on one far end, then there's that whole spectrum, and darkness is on the other. Would that be like good and evil, a spectrum?
Potentially. Sure, it's all part of the same. Good and evil are a part of the same. Just one has a greater amount of good.
This conversation's too deep for me. Can you guys
Oh, it's
talk in
simple,
layman's
man.
terms?
It's simple. Yin and yang are in the same circle. You know?
Boy's evil. Yes. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I think a pretty easy exemplification of it would be Talcott is good and Team Evil is evil. Yeah.
You don't know what Team Evil is. I
No,
call Team Evil
yeah.
the channels that are evil. You have it
Yeah.
backwards as usual, Frank.
Oh, let's get out of this loop. Let's,
Frank,
You
you're
don't
part of
be
the
retard. Try to be intelligent.
Yeah, and I wouldn't sum up. I think Frank was just having some fun, genuinely. But I don't know that I'd sum up anyone I've met, honestly, as entirely bad, entirely evil.
Even
the
Boy?
people. Yep, I actually like Voy. I do.
He's pretty evil. Look at that mask. Look at that, how evil that looks.
No, evil is often misunderstood too. People misunderstand what is good and evil quite often. That's the
Do you-
whole story out of the Bible.
Do you think Trump is evil or Netanyahu? Who's more evil, Trump or Netanyahu?
I don't know that they're separated.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. That's tough, man, but I still gotta go with BB.
Jesus. No, come
Well,
on, man. Jack,
Are you
can't-
anti-Semitic, Goblin?
There's no separation
No, I'm not.
between the two.
I love Jewish people.
Well, the reality is
That's a problem.
there's- no, it's not. It's not a problem to love Jewish people. I love Jewish people. It's the state that is presenting itself as standing for Jewish people in this Zionist idea.
Thank you. You nailed it, Jack. That's truth. And that's
Thank-
not anti anything.
Jewish
I'm never
people
gonna
are
eat
they're
mozzarella soup.
Jewish people are a peoplehood, not a race, that have been so goddamn abused and mind controlled that they're just crazy as shit with Judaism.
Many are, but people is the key word. There's people in many different faiths, people in many different nations. Mind control and propaganda has been very effective. It's the nation states and corporations have been exchanging knowledge with each other. China learned from the US learned from the US learned from everywhere. The Nazis, the
Oh,
Japanese,
I thought the Nazis were the good guys. Were in World War II. Did you know that Andy is learning Hebrew? Andy is learning Hebrew. The guy that
Good
comes
for
here.
you.
That's a
Hey,
hard language to learn because to most people it just sounds like I'm.
It's actually a good study though, because a lot of things do get lost in translation. I was talking with Jeeps, I think it was yesterday, in the chat, and yeah, a lot of things get lost in translation, and you can learn a lot from Hebrew and Greek, Aramic, all
Dude,
that.
you don't even. You're just saying words.
How is that word? How is that just
Oh, you
word?
don't even. Did you ever get lost in translation? Did you ever get lost in translation?
I
dude,
get lost
lots
in
of things,
translation every day.
You only know
boy.
how to get lost in translation if you know the other language, and you cannot translate it, and you never been
Well,
there because you only speak American English. Goblin.
That's
we
the only language I
live.
speak,
No,
but that's
that's
not the
true.
only
That's
language I can read
what
or
other what
comprehend.
other
What
language
are,
do you speak?
what are you arguing about? I don't
Well,
understand.
got his point. He's trying to make a point, and he's
No,
just
I'm not trying to make a point. You were
yes,
challenging what I said. I said I
yes,
do only speak English, but that's not the
yes.
only language
So you
that I
don't
know how
even
to
know what
read.
it means to get lost in translation.
Well,
Yes,
some
I do.
ideas do get lost in
No, you don't.
translation, and
Dude,
some ideas are
You
boy,
not
said
even
you, yeah.
translatable into
Frank
any
Monday knows
language.
knows that. Frank Monday knows it. Yeah.
people get lost in interpretations, right? And that's what a translation is. It's in
Yeah.
interpretations. People get lost in interpretations in day-to-day conversations. So, of course, there's going to be losses in some of the interpretations because English is also, from what I've learned, somewhat of a clumsy language, right? We don't
It's the
have
devil's
verbs.
language. Some say.
Yep, as my father used to say, it's a mutt language because we don't even speak proper English in the Americas.
Listen, who
I
speaks
think
up? It's Goblin and Stephen. That's
You
funny.
mispronounced my name to be insulting.
Yep.
And,
Well,
Joyless
and, and
boy.
my name's
You're evil.
Shane, boy. My name's Shane. I'm named after the cowboy, sir.
I'm not named after the first saint, Saint Stephen. Learn
that
how to
was
speak
not
English,
lost
boy.
in translation. That was
You're
perfect.
evil, boy.
That was perfectly accepted. Exactly. Mhm.
Evil is a liar.
right. And
I see the light.
only compared to the truth can we know a lie. But if we focus on lies, how do we really know? I ask that question because of what I've witnessed people doing with me. Many people have been focused on lies with me rather than looking for the truth with me. And I suggest, brothers and sisters, God, the universe, that which reveals the day and allows us to breathe and move and to be, that is with us. And I am convinced you and I, all of us, we are here for more than we've dreamed. We're not here to be slaves or tax numbers or, diagnosis or statistics. We're not here to be anything really other than ourselves.
We're here to be love
There you go.
rather than a statistic.
That's
That's who
why I
we
stepped
are.
up, Jack. There were a lot of people vilifying you and besmirching your name, and I found out you were a good guy, and that's why I like to come here because I like to hang out with you.
Thank you, man.
I like the deer or the moose. I think it might have been a buck in that image you just showed with the sunset.
The,
Yeah, right near the top of near the sun.
from his secret thumbnail maker, but we don't keep secrets.
Right.
Who's the secret?
We got to
Who's
fix
the
that.
We
I
respect.
made that. That was me.
JG is the secret thumb maker. The optics are high.
Could
Amazing to me
be.
after all these years, Snafu, you don't know what secrets he's talking about. He's talking about like
I'm sorry,
institutionalized
Jack.
secrets
Go
at the
ahead.
big level. And I know you do know.
Go ahead, Jack. I'm sorry. You don't have to eyebrow furrow or shoulder it.
No,
Jack,
I
you owe
was.
me $50. You owe me $50 for a couple of the thumbnails. 50 for 3.
That's cheaper than Moose. Did you?
It
what did
is
Moose
cheap.
charge? 1,000 or something?
Yeah, Moose fucked him over $1,000
Oh man.
No, but he gave me a month of some
of
time.
taking over your channel and my channel, OTW and Paul's, and fucking
Moose
all our channels
basically.
over.
Let's
Yeah.
let's
It's
not
all
worry
good.
about
Let's move forward.
I heard
You're
he
right.
jerked off for a month and got like $1 grand.
let's
Started
go
off about your secret
forward.
thumbnail maker and secrets.
No, what's really the message is what is being done not in secret but in the open. Oh
Yep.
shit. That, guys,
Full transparency. And is that still what we want, right?
The UFO
Yeah.
drop.
Can we get the files? Can we get all that? We're getting
yes,
bred in circuses consistently.
it's time for disclosure. It's
That's
time
why I
for
want you out in the field, Jack, to do your
it's
shit.
time it's time for the truth to set us free. But who's afraid of the truth? Any of you?
You.
No.
Oh, listen. Who said you? Was that
I
Goblin?
did because Jack
Was
is the
it
leader
Goblin said?
and he got to
Goblin said
lead.
you. Goblin
But I
said
don't know if I would do what he
No.
wants to do.
Snafu.
I'm not going to follow
Nah,
blindly.
I didn't point no fingers.
Was
Here.
it Goblin or Snafu who said
It
you?
was Snafu who said it.
Yeah.
I'm not. You asked me, do I not get to say my thoughts?
What is that old Dutch hippie saying? He's fading in and out.
I
I don't
turned him
know.
up a little bit. He was soft.
And
The-
Mr.
Here,
King might
wait,
be right.
hold on. Please. We are Snafu. I want to talk to you genuinely because you identified yourself earlier as a journalist, right? You want to claim journalistic.
Many independent journalists on this panel. Mr. Stevens, one of them.
Well, I think you
Mr.
misunderstood.
JP is another one.
Snafu, I think you might have misunderstood the opportunity that God brought before you, right? With me. You
Sure.
investigated my guilt. What you did not yet do, as far as I can tell, is investigate my innocence.
I did. I, if I may, I did investigate your innocence because at one point we even had them wanting to talk to you, and you did kind of talk, but it went back to the past and it got real ugly. Because I did want, and again, if I may, these accusations or these optics of you of all the people lying to like look into your truth versus them. Let's be real. A lot of these people were before I even knew you, and then when I knew you. So like these aren't like Snafu made them up, is what I'm
Okay.
trying to tell the public.
Right.
Like this is
but
a whole
Snafu,
town, and this is Jack's coworkers and
Right.
his family,
Right.
and
Pause.
I'm not
Pause.
lying. And okay, I'm sorry. I'm
Snafu.
just trying to like let the people know this ain't just Snafu being a dick. It's me
I know.
investigatively, journalistically looking into the optics and
Snafu.
not necessarily believing your truths.
Okay. As long as you keep defending yourself, you're not really considering why I'm bringing this up. Okay.
Okay,
let
go
me
ahead. I'm
point
sorry.
out-
Go ahead.
Let me point out once again, I have maintained since the time that you and I met each other that there have been some things happening in my past and I had been misunderstood. I'd been falsely accused. I'd been wrongfully punished. I'd been interrogated, right? I had all these things happening and I claimed I'm innocent of what these people are saying.
Or doing
Did you get
apparently.
interrogated by cops though, or what do you mean by
Yeah,
interrogated?
cupcake bombs and all kinds of
I got
crazy shit.
interrogated by, postal managers and the police, what are they called? Postal inspectors. And I may have been interrogated
Lawyers
FBI?
and court
Office
orders
of
and
the
stuff
Inspector
with the kids.
General.
Homeland Security?
No,
Almost.
there was
The
a
post
Homeland
office thing?
Security officer there, but
Yes.
he relied
There
on the
it
other
goes. Now you're being
uniformed
truthful.
officers.
Now you're being truthful.
My,
When you
Snafu,
said
here,
Jack tells I invested my journalistic skills.
well, you're missing the point, and I'm sorry to put you in the back, but seriously, what you're missing here is this crazy story that's been happening with me. I'm telling you, I was wrongfully accused. I was treated as a criminal when I showed up with fucking cupcakes in my hand.
vegan cupcakes,
I thought he was
they're
making it
dangerous.
So I thought you did it because I did the whole cupcake bit, and I thought you were making. No, he's being real. He's being
was-
honest.
It was
I
for
know.
cupcakes.
But
Yeah.
please
But
recognize
they
it's
were.
snafu. It's
May I?
not
Can I
my
add my
fault.
journalistic? Okay.
Snafu. It's not
We
my fault.
we can do a Jack Tell series part 2 where you could confront maybe some of the optics and
I'm
we could get
trying
to
to
the
confront
preview.
your optics now.
Okay. Okay. So let
Really
me ask you this: how do I change my mind when? Okay, for instance, you won't even let me say why I think you're not being on. Because okay, so yes, you had cupcakes that led to them thinking it was a boom boom. My question is why were they so the word scared or upset or thinking that this man had boom booms in a box walking to the
Did they
post office?
look like
And
grenades
I'm
or did
not
they
trying to
look
be
like
mean, Jack.
cupcakes?
I'm just saying maybe because eyebrows furrowed and the old cotted one got the postal workers thinking you're going
Angry
postal.
cupcakes.
Yeah, they were probably schizzing and they were just paranoid.
Yeah.
Well, this is exactly what happened.
Yeah.
I was basically prosecuted for people's imaginations.
Did you tell
People,
them to get out of their imaginations?
they wouldn't speak with me. They wouldn't talk with me. This is the thing. I got accused and then I was never allowed to really defend myself. I was never given a fair opportunity to, reason. It was just one experience after another, from one
So
accuser into
okay,
another. And snafu,
genuinely, Jack,
you
genuinely.
came a long way into
Yeah,
this.
can I ask you a
Jack,
question?
you're saying they're the judge, jury, and executioner. I comprehend what you're saying, and you also have the right to defend yourself. I agree.
And you seem to
Yeah,
have an
no, I think
original
there's some
intention
fucked
when
up
you
things that
engaged
happen.
Snafu, Jack.
These
I
people
think,
Snafu,
don't.
if I may.
Jack,
Snafu,
can me and
Jack,
you talk since I'm the one, me
Snafu,
and you are talking to you, Jack? Can me and you
for a
talk? Like,
second.
I'm trying to talk to him without like
Snafu,
yelling, screaming,
hold
fighting.
on. I know, and you're doing great. But
I know
let's
because I want to get to
drink.
the bottom of this because Jack Tells was
Are
such
you
an amazing series that you were part of, you put together because it was authentic. I didn't talk. I didn't put my opinion in it. I let the optics play for what they are.
mhm. And you did nothing to investigate my innocence.
I did. That's why I want to talk to you. That's why I want this
You
conversation
ran,
because I don't
you
think you
ran.
understand. I talked to the people. I did do my investigative, and that's why I need
Snafu,
to talk to
you
you
did
to figure
not.
out what you want.
God bless. Frank, you were
Thank
trying to say something.
No, just exactly what you said. I was going to ask and try to bring you back to your original intention that, why did you engage Snafu? And I think part of it was that you're looking for him to look at the truth of your innocence because he's already looked at the deception of
Well,
the allegations.
I
you.
can't speak for Snafu, but I think when Snafu heard about investigate Jack's innocence, he was trying to go back before Jack, like when Jack was a virgin.
No,
He thought that he was, like
Snafu
purity
doesn't
innocent.
look for anybody's innocence. Snafu is the accuser.
He
But
doesn't see what he's doing. He calls himself a journalist, but he's running around accusing people, not really reporting. Because if you report, you don't have to keep repeating,
Yeah.
you
And
might be
right?
the only person
Okay,
crucified.
Jack,
Here,
can me and you talk about this then? Because you were trying to tell me that I needed to change my thoughts about the whole cupcake bomb diggity thing. And I said, why would they think you would even be
can't
at
you just
that point to the where
can't
they'd have to call a cop? Okay, but then let's go to other optics. The town of Spokane, Margot Chemo, some of your family, okay, whatever. Some of the optics that I didn't make the accusations, and Jack was never charged. I've been on record with that 100%. But the accusations were there. But were they from Snafu Snaps? No. But is it something you had to deal with, are dealing with, and whether you say it's a lie or not? So what do you want me to look into to help verify some of these things? And it doesn't have to be even just the small stuff, Jack, like such as your anger and bitterness is what, or such as like you were very like, you used to be a good leader, used to be like all about it. and then all of a sudden your spiritual move was the union job issue and why you got like I don't know. There's a lot of things I don't know what you want me to look at to find your truth because I did kind of ask like I think I was very fair. I didn't even talk in Jack Tells. It was that your people, their optics, and then even the voicemails that you knew, which is fair. One party state, and you agreed, and you're like, good. I'm glad they're out there, and I wanted to. But the fact is I didn't even give narratives to it, and you're mad at. So I'm trying to figure out what questions
You
want me
want to
look
know? I'd
Yeah.
love to answer.
Go ahead.
I've said it repeatedly, brother. You accepted hearsay as evidence. You've been running around as though I have been convicted, as though you've got this conviction on me. Don't interrupt me. Okay? When someone brings up an accusation, shouldn't you be, oh, and what facts support that? And what actually materialized? Did Jack actually do what you claimed you said he was going to do, or was that just?
They did it a few times on your channels. The footage is there, Jack.
But no.
And there's
no.
people in your chat who admit saying, "Hey, we
Here,
remember doing
tell you what.
Okay, get mad,
I'm not
get
gonna
mad,
argue, not
get
gonna
mad
argue.
because you're making stuff up now.
I'm wasting my time with you again. That's what I feel like.
Right. I'm asking you, how do we fix this? And you
said right. I'm wasting my time with you again. You agree?
Maybe I'm wrong, Jack, but it seems like he's asking a question that's kind of irrelevant. Like he's asking, why would these people do this? Like, how would you have any answer to that? Like, you're not in their heads. You don't know why they're getting into what they're getting into. But sometimes just out of spite and meanness, people do things, right? Or just deviance on their part. So I don't understand how that's a relevant question. I'm just curious. Am I wrong in that?
No, I believe if someone actually wanted to look for my innocence, they would ask those people the questions that might reveal my innocence. But Snafu took all these accusations from a whole bunch of different people. What do they gain by talking shit against me? Well, they get to be part of the public story. They get some attention. They get to be heard, right? They get to feel important. But the reality is, none of these people have accepted their part. Snafu is included in that, has not accepted his part of my experience, his part of the results he found with chemo, with Margot, with Brian. He went on a witch hunt and he proved himself right. Boy, I put you in the back because you were interrupting. Sorry to leave you back there so long.
And real quick, if I may, what the heck is Goblin doing? Is he burying a body over there?
A dinosaur, I think.
He's doing work.
I think Goblin has Kuru from
Hey,
eating
Jack.
all the bodies.
can I ask you an honest question? Like without you getting mad, or should I just not even ask it?
Go ahead.
If I did my journalistic value and I even tried to get you to talk to these people, and you did for a second, didn't, and it got ugly. And this was between you and the past and all this other stuff, but right. But if I see some of these life coach type guys, and Brian and I think Charles said this in some of the episodes, and I've said this, and Minnie said, Paul, everyone said this to you. For people that know each other, people who don't know each other, like just whatever. A man who has optics that are, I'm not going to say failures, but just like whatever, but wants to be a life coach to others. Don't people have to show something to know? Like I'm not saying like you say is all wrong. I'm not like saying what you. I say a lot of it is misinformation because
That's
you
what
may
you
not be
run with.
knowledgeable.
You
what
run
you say.
with you
Especially
run with
with
a
the
lot of
God stuff.
Snafu. I've been patient. You go on and
Right.
on with your questions, and then you answer, and then you don't even pay attention when answers are given. You're really
Okay.
frustrating, dude.
Go ahead. Eyebrows furrowed. I'm sorry.
You're not
There's
sorry.
there's a quote in the big book, in the book of AA, and I don't recall it exactly anymore,
The,
but
the big blue book.
the surest path to ignorance is condemnation prior to investigation. You did a superficial investigation. You've been condemning me for years. You spoke to only those against me, not to any on my side.
Who is on your side that would if I during
Had
that
you,
time
or when you become willing to investigate
who would
people
you
who
have had
might,
me interview
why are
that
you
would be like
interrupting me?
Jack is accomplishing or this like okay I'm asking you who is those?
You're
'Cause-
interrupting me again.
okay,
You
go ahead.
clearly don't care about what I'm saying.
I do because I'm trying to listen to you and then question some of the things you're asking of me and saying, and I'm trying to understand. Like, okay, you come on this
Jack,
channel and say, I need to find people who support me, support me, support me. I tell you all the time, these
Jack,
people
may I
don't support me.
interrupt? May I interrupt?
Please do.
Oh, I know
Lloyd.
you're gonna.
Maybe
Please do.
maybe just let him speak forever and ever. You know, maybe that will be a solution. Because I think he wants to speak forever and ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that's not the solution,
Jack,
but that's what he
remind
wants.
Snafu of his lies. Hold him to account for his dishonest optics. He claimed that Jack admitted to things I did not admit to. And I have faced retribution. I've had people kind of attacking at me because of this bullshit that Snafu has chosen to run with. So yeah, Snafu, thanks for showing up, brother. But I think it's best if you go reevaluate you and you learn how to approach me differently.
Yeah,
Jack,
and you had your whole life destroyed.
sorry, Frank, but I mean, what's the difference between Jack, Imperius, and Snafu? Is there any difference between Tommy?
No,
and
there's not. There's not.
No,
Only the experience from that perspective. That's all.
right? Snafu, Tommy, and Imperius, those are the same personalities. That's the same entity. Absolutely the same entity. That's the accuser.
Right. For whatever reason, I've been gathering a number of these. And I assume it's God's will for me because that's what everything is. There's no point in crying or complaining about what life brings. I've reacted and I've been disappointed. I've been hurt. I've been frustrated. I've been sad. I've been angry. I played all those fucking games with Snafu and these other clowns that want to accuse me. You guys
Jack.
don't understand. Yeah,
Jack,
let me go
can I say
ahead. Go
something
ahead.
with you, bro? I just want to let you know, man, one of my favorite experiences regarding the scripture is Paul's testimony. Before he became a Christian, we know how his life was. He was Saul prior to that until he found the gift of the Holy Ghost. And there's always room for change and betterness, man. And I don't see anything wrong with that.
Okay.
I don't
Regarding
know.
the accuser is what I was getting to. The people that play the role of the accuser, they can change that, but they have to be comfortable with that. Nobody can make them, you know.
Oh, Goblin, that's a very interesting take of you. Like, so they play the role of the accuser.
And
That's
so
Yeah,
my
I think
faith
they're
is that
just playing the role because I think they have higher potential, and I think that many of them do know that.
really. You think they have higher potential?
Well, from
We
just
all do.
Well, dude. I mean,
I'm all for empowerment
Void.
and betterment.
I mean, since you said so much, can I just ask you the question?
Ask them. Go ahead.
I want Goblin to give me that answer.
Go ahead. We're all waiting. Ask them.
Well,
So they are
Yeah,
just
Jack,
playing
let's
the
go.
role. Okay. So
Yeah, I think they're just playing the role.
okay. Thank you.
Snafu did say something that was interesting. He said Jack was never charged. And I remember thinking, how could they charge Jack with cupcakes? That's not a charge. You can bring cupcakes to someone. There's no charge against
Oh, that's
cupcakes.
so fucking
Here,
funny, Stephen. It's
actually,
so fucking funny to say that. It's
here,
not. Nobody laughed.
actually, let me address that, because Snafu asked a question, but it's another perfect example of this alleged journalist asking questions and never actually finding interest in an answer. Why might have postal management assumed that the box of cupcakes I carried in was a bomb?
Somebody had it in for you, or at the post office. I think somebody
Because right
probably.
then and there, Jack, right then and there, they found an angle to get at you, and that angle backfired on them, and it made them look stupid. They doubled
Right.
down on bullshit.
Right. Thank you, JG. That's actually accurate. But the downside is I have been utterly alone, and none have been with me as I seek to find accountability. None of them who did these things to me have ever been held to account. I was denied my day in court. I was never actually provided an opportunity to truly defend myself. My testimony, my evidence was denied from the files that the parties used to end my career. Okay.
Really?
Yes, guys, there's
Oh,
been a lot. I'm sorry, Stephen. Yes, really. It's been my story. I have been literally put through the ringer in many, many different ways. And I'm not running around complaining about all these things or acting like a victim. But the reality is, I am a victim of the circumstances. And I have maintained that my story is, my testimony is. Coincidentally, around the same time I started choosing God and finding faith, people stopped understanding me. And the more I focused on trying to be more like Jesus, well, all of a sudden I didn't have Pharisees. I had my union brothers, right?
oh,
Misrepresented, mischaracterized
they
me.
turned on you. All the Union brothers. Oh
This
man.
is the narrow path. Amen. I've
Yeah,
seen
Jack, do
this as
you
well.
think that those people who vilified you or perpetrated villainy against you, you said that they've never been brought to justice. Do you think that they ever will be? And do you think that that's important?
I don't want anyone to be punished. That's not what I want at all. I do seek justice because, according to regulations and rules, had this not occurred, I'm actually not eligible for my retirement until the year 2030, according to the regulations and rules that everybody
Oh
apparently
man.
honors. Well,
So they cooked you on top of cooking you. That's wild. I didn't even know that they were able to do that.
there's part of what I'd love to discuss with the organization and with my union reps is the denied opportunity to return to work. It was misunderstandings. It was false accusations that prevented me from my job.
Who
Now, I'm
took your
not,
spot in the Union? Maybe they did it as
he did. The man's name is J.R. Weil, Wyel, I think. I might be wrong on the spelling, but yeah, that
he
son
took
of a
your
bitch.
spot. He took
Yep.
your
Is he
job.
Jewish?
Oh.
He was my vice president, a retired Navy guy. Used to deal with arms and munitions in the Navy, so thought himself a real tough guy. He was my vice president, and he clearly did not learn from me. He didn't pay attention to what I was trying to teach him about leadership and integrity. But yeah, after I turned in my resignation, once I found out I was under federal investigation and I was being accused of all this shit, I didn't want it to distract from my focus on representing the other workers, so I stepped down. I explained it to the vice president that I'd still be around, I'd be available to support, I'd do whatever I could, but I didn't want it to be a problem.
He swooped right in though to take that spot. Did they seize the cupcakes or did that JR guy steal them?
You don't even
What
begin
happened
to
to the
understand,
cupcakes?
Stepan. You don't even begin to understand what
You're
situation.
being insulting and rude, calling me by a name that
Stepan,
isn't mine.
you don't
You know
even.
what you're doing.
Well, the thing
You know
is
what you're
that
doing.
actually is a sensitive
And also,
topic because
Goblin, you
he
don't
conducted
even
his right to that.
you don't
Okay,
even begin to understand what
I
situation.
understand some of it. I
You
can
don't
understand from
know.
where I'm at.
I,
Yeah,
I will
for
tell you.
sure.
I will tell you that you're not.
Okay.
You don't even begin to understand because you don't want to understand it. What Jack just explained.
I think we're
No,
here trying to understand it. I think we're listening.
no,
Exactly. Like
And
you're
no,
kind of
I
deflecting a
you
little
can't
bit,
I
speak
bro.
can't
for us, boy.
see because you're talking over me. I know you're not, and that's why I will leave out JG and Frank of that accusation. But you guys are on the wrong side, dude.
That's great, creepy mask boy. But we are paying attention and asking valid questions.
Thank you.
And
Thank,
I also didn't pick a
thank you for
side. So
hearing.
what's the
Thank
wrong
you for
side?
hearing me. Thank you for hearing me.
Jack, did they seize the cupcakes as like a weapon or a biohazard, or what happened to those beautiful, delicious vegan cupcakes that you brought out of
Oh, see, this is
generosity?
what the narcissist does, right? Love bombing after the
It's not
accusation.
love bombing. What are you
Yep.
talking
Yeah.
about?
Yeah.
Question.
This is
It's a question.
exactly what's happening.
He spent money on the cupcakes,
I'm
and what
so
happened? I'm
sorry
just
for you
curious.
guys. I really feel
You're
sorry.
paranoid, dude. Come on. You're interrupting.
Where you started, Jack, today's show with faithfulness and wholeness and strength, peace and unity, these kinds of things, and like being in the moment. And I think faith speaks to that, that if we have faith and we stay in the moment, we can swallow the bitterness of life and digest it somehow. I know it's tough. I know what you experienced when your life destroyed is fucking, it's huge. It's bigger than most people will ever have to endure. But I think in the end, somehow in that equation, we still have to seek out that Holy Spirit and the faithfulness in the Lord to bring us peace and relief from the suffering. If one man suffers, I
Lord
too
help us.
suffer.
Lord help us. Peace and relief. We could all use some of that when you think about it.
It's available to be shared by those who know where it is and how to find it.
Did you tell them peace was available when you went there that day to the post office or to the plant or whatever? Did you let them know? And they viewed you as violent. That's what's weird to me. They viewed you as a
As I
threat.
said, as I was trying to say, I was misrepresented. Why would someone, to answer Snafu's question, why would they assume and treat me like the worst? As I've said, I was misrepresented.
Yeah. Yes.
I was denied the opportunity to communicate firsthand with the managers, right? Because they didn't want to, well, I think they were afraid of messing up with the union, right? So they wanted to make sure that they only spoke to me when the union was there. Well, the union refused to support me. They wouldn't speak with me, right? So I've got these union reps who are honest. Yeah, Jack's always yelling at me. Yeah, I'm yelling at you because you're fucking incompetent and I'm watching my job go away. And so these guys, they go to management and talk about how Jack's always yelling at him. He's crazy, right? Because angry apparently means what? Crazy?
Yeah.
I was desperate. I was complete. You guys have no clue that, you know what? Eventually, my story will come out. Books, media, it's going to be told. You guys are a part of this part of it.
I guess so. I mean,
I
have you ever figured out, Stefan, how you're going to look in this?
don't know what you're talking about. There's no Stefan on the stage.
No,
Jack, I think
Ste-
that you were set up.
Stepin
I
doesn't want
think
to admit
Voy's
his part.
insane. I don't
Yeah.
think Jack's insane. I think Voy's insane.
He
But I
does
think somebody
the same
set you up
He does
before
exactly
you arrived
the same
at that
He does
day.
exactly the same thing. It's so funny, dude. It's
You're
so
not
No,
funny.
funny.
I
Typical.
saw the signs repeatedly. I mean, as things progressed, when I showed up for interviews, you know, they made sure and had an armed officer outside the door, you know, and I even challenged that. I said, what the fuck is going on? Why are you guys doing this with me? Right? But my union rep didn't stand up. He just said, oh, they just got to do it. They're afraid of you. So I'm like, what the fuck? Why do you make them, why are you allowing them to treat me like this? But hey, guys, I mean, it's kind of like what I've been seeing on the panel too. I'm really, it's a question I'm often wondering, why do you treat me like this? And then
Well, they
with
were
others
sizing you up.
witnessing, why?
They were sizing you up for an orange suit and a stay at club fed, Jack. It's what they do. Institutions have to feed themselves. You know, you become another unit, they get higher pay. It's prison
No,
for profit.
this is a spiritual story. I found God. I didn't understand exactly what was going on. I couldn't explain it clearly. I was excited and, you know, truly just exuberant. I was a new man. I went from being dead, barely making it through the days, to being filled with excitement and joy, excited about the opportunities. And people just didn't understand me. They couldn't understand me. And I didn't understand why they couldn't understand me.
Jack, I mean, first time I heard you, I didn't understand you either. In fact, I hated you for what you said.
Yep. Many people do.
You hate everybody, boy. Come on.
Not hated you, but I thought, dude, these words are so empty.
Yep.
But along the way, I got to understand you, to be honest.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And this is what I trust. I mean, if people would give me a chance, especially the people who knew me from the past, fuck, I'm not asking for much. I'm asking for a conversation. I mean, that's why is that so impossible for people to consider?
Yeah, I
Maybe
think
it's
that
the guilt
question
they
is directed
feel
at
is
you,
preventing
Stefan.
them.
Jack, I have to consider this as well. You come online like faithfully with a good message, like daily for the most part, and you do have good principle. You got good moral. You got good value behind you, and I do support your ideology with reform. We don't have to tear everything down to build it up from scratch. We don't have to do that.
Right.
And it really does make me wonder.
You froze up, or else I did.
You're frozen, Goblin, I think.
Yeah, go
The
Goblin
Zionist got him.
JG.
No, I'm here.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Can you
Now
hear
we
me?
do. Yeah.
All right. I was just saying, I think that you probably are shadow banned, and I don't know why, but you have a good message, and it should be spread. Anyone that would not want to get behind that, I can only assume that they have mischievous values. Go ahead, bro.
It could be retarded.
Not understanding is often the reason I find opposition. But the accusations I find are really dumbfounding. Mars, I don't believe you're being honest. You're exaggerating, in my opinion, pretty clearly. Every conversation with you. Come on,
Does he
Mars.
mean you or Voy? He might be speaking
He's
about
talking
Voy.
about me. He says every conversation with you becomes hostile when people don't think the way you want them to. And that's inaccurate, and that's a misrepresentation of facts. So you figure out what that means, Mitch. And then I saw Kim.
Is he projecting? Is Mitch projecting?
Yeah.
Kim says, Jack, you have to accept you don't want a conversation, you want accountability, and you'll never get that from them, unfortunately.
Why again? See, he says, Jack, despite what you say, despite your firsthand experience, knowing the players, knowing everything, Jack, despite the fact that you're saying all you want is a conversation, you're wrong. So, Kim, you again, you're not cognizing reality. You're not understanding. You're making assumptions. And eventually, yes, I do anticipate that a conversation may lead to accountability, but my focus, as I stated, and as I have repeatedly said for several years, I'm seeking support to have conversations with human beings, whether it's Donald Trump, the people from my old union, the post office, anyone who wants to try and create a better world.
Even
I'm looking for
Stepan,
conversations.
you know.
Would you have a conversation with the Postmaster General?
I
You
hope
could?
to. I hope to, actually. It's on my list. I'm actively pursuing that. Yes. Because that Postmaster General is connected to, it's a presidential appointment, if I remember right. I mean, it's selected by the administration of the United States government. My goal is to get from the post office, you know, if with or without the post office, I want to speak to the United States government. But it seems the Postmaster General is an obvious path, not to mention, guys, I got fired from my job because the attorneys said I was wrong. They alleged that I violated their laws because I was an employee and a business owner. Well, I'm no longer an employee. I'm no longer a business owner. Oh yeah, and I spoke to managers. So I'm no longer an employee. I'm no longer a business owner. Haven't been for a long time. I still want to speak to executives at the Postal Service again for the purposes of following through with helping to create a better workplace for every employee across the nation. I'm pretty sure God's prepared me to help them with that.
Was your business competing with the U.S. Postal Service
No, sir.
in any way? So it wasn't a conflict of interest. It
Not
says
at
here
all.
that the Postmaster General is named David Steiner. Currently, I looked it up.
Thank you. I honestly, I knew the last one had been replaced. I wasn't familiar with this one. I'm not familiar with this man yet, but
Would you tell Steiner to his face
we're
you're
gonna
not a
look
real
at the
general?
last name though. That's definitely.
Steiner.
Go ahead.
That's a tiny hat. But would you say to Steiner, you're not a real general, you're just a general by title?
no, I would focus on the position, and the position has the opportunity to lead one of the greatest employers, one of the greatest organizations in America, in my opinion. I'm proud of the work that United States Postal Service does. A lot of those employees,
Still
they
to
work
this
hard.
day?
They do a damn good job.
Even after they did you dirty, you're still proud of the U.S.
Even
Postal
across the
Service?
world, right? It's not only the U.S. Postal Service.
No, it's the U.S. Postal Service.
No, it's even worldwide because
The Steiner brothers, it's not worldwide. The Steiner brothers were a tag team, actually, in wrestling. They were
Not
one of the
familiar with
famous
that.
tag teams.
you're so lame, dude.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that. But
You're lame, boy.
no,
You're argumentative.
in this life I have lived, for a guy who only had a high school education to stumble into the Postal Service, you know, after the military was actually a true blessing for me, because I was making decent money as, you know, no college degree, just a blue collar guy who worked. And it
Jack,
provided
you went
for
right
me
in there. You went
What's
right
that?
into the service. No college, no none of that. I'm just curious because I personally, I did a little college, and I did some other programs as well. But I want to hear more about your story. You just jumped right in there.
Well, from high school, I went in the Army. And
Absolutely, man.
after 6.5 years in the Army, I got out. I had the title of disabled vet. I tried car sales. I was
You were selling Hyundais or something, or Toyotas?
I was actually a Lexus salesman.
Oh,
Sold
Lexus. Oh, man.
Hey, I
Luxury.
see.
Jack, the U.S. Postal Service used to deliver children. Are you proud of that history?
Wow. I mean, I
100
just
years
said
ago.
that you are
No,
lame,
they did.
but now you
Shut up,
That's
boy. You're
actually
interrupting.
before his time, but there is some truth to that. But I'm not trying
It
to
was before his
he's
tell.
time.
gobbling up.
Part of
Okay.
history.
It
Voi's
is
an
a
idiot.
It's
He just
it's way
interrupts.
before even Jack was born, though. That's the whole thing. Like,
I know.
yeah.
I wasn't talking. I wasn't relating it to Jack though. Just the institution of the U.S. Postal Service. They did that.
The United States Postal Service actually has a real interesting history, as does America. But the Postal Service was actually a big part of the development of the rural route system, the roads.
Yeah,
The Postal Service
Absolutely.
also, the
and they
Postal
delivered
Service,
drugs as well. The U.S.
It
Postal
was
Service.
part of the foundation of this
You just
nation.
I
He's
mean,
trying to distract.
you
I'm just
you
saying.
people just can't let a person speak, can you?
That's you, Voy. That's you.
Yeah, they love to interrupt, boy.
Yeah, I know.
um, well, it's the Postal Service was an integral part of the development, from what I remember, of the rural roads, right, the highway systems, and then also it helped subsidize the commercial airlines as well, because initially they had contracts with the airplanes and the United States Postal Service, so the Postal Service would pay the airlines a little extra money, by transporting the mail. That actually helped bail FedEx out too. FedEx was in some economic downturns way back when, and so then Postal Service signed a contract with them to use their logistics and their planes.
Oh, I
This,
remember that. I remember
That
seeing
may
that
be
in the news. Actually,
that may be a solid pathway forward, Jack. Like the reinvigoration of U.S. Postal may reinvigorate the United States with its arteries.
well, the vision I had is, rather than focusing so much on the profit system of this, because the organizations are still in competition, right? The Postal Service literally pays UPS and FedEx, their competitors, to transport through their networks of airlines and stuff. Now, this is just one example of corporations competing and working together. But if they focused less on profits, more on service, more on safety, right? Working together to combine the talents, the logistics, the technology, rather than sending out 5 different competing trucks on the same streets, delivering to the same houses, uniting everything together, right? Reduce the rate, provide for the employees, make sure it's all safe and good.
In my country, it works, Jack. In the
Believe it.
Netherlands,
it
it works.
doesn't work there. That's not true.
Yeah, and you're right, Jack. They're
Li-
wasting a lot of money, energy,
Listen,
time,
listen
talent,
to
and
this.
resources.
Listen to this jerk interrupting what I'm stating, and he has no knowledge of it whatsoever.
I didn't interrupt. I answered. That's all.
No,
Well, I do
didn't.
know that many nations around the world have privatized their postal
Yeah.
services completely, and the I've heard a lot of problems from some of the workers and nations where they did privatize, because if they did it in America, rates would definitely change. The service would go down in the areas that don't make a lot of profit, and where there's a lot of profit, there'd be more competition.
Well, the thing
I heard
here,
that too.
why it
I-
works here, why it works in my country is because there's
It
trust.
doesn't work there. I heard that Amazon wants to buy the
I
U.S.
don't,
Postal
dude.
Service.
Probably.
Why do you need to talk over me? You
That's
want to have
you.
a conversation with me, Stefan?
That's
Okay.
you.
It's
Just, I mean, that's not even the answer.
you
So
guys
can you
here.
please stop interrupting, or can you? It works in my country,
Calm
because
down, Voy. It does
Okay.
not.
It might. I don't know. I don't know the foreign postal systems as well, and it's been a long time since I've had any
well, I
involvement
mean,
whatsoever in
we
the
live in a
American.
high trust society, right? And yeah, I mean, it works
That
here. Yeah, yeah,
well, let's key in on that.
yeah,
Trust.
yeah.
Trust has been lost in America. People don't trust their neighbors. People don't trust the government. People don't trust anything, right? But without trust, we have no love. And without love, we quickly lose logic. We start
And
doing
we also
stupid
need beauty, Stepan. We also need beauty.
This guy's obsessed with me. I bring lots of beauty, but the Dutch don't trust each other, even if they have a finger in a dike. They'll just say, "Oh no,
And
it's not leaking."
when you fail
I
to
just,
trust, then it breeds more failure to trust, and he who does not
I would
trust will not
just,
be trusted. Jack, would you say that privatization of the system is creating better efficiency? You said prices would change. Do you mean they would go up and the value of service would go down? Because that seems to be the corporate model in all things.
Yeah, it is.
right?
And unfortunately, even under the current restrictions, the government, the United States Postal Service is kind of an interesting anomaly. It's part corporation, part government, right? So it's got a lot of limitations on what it can and can't do. But it's been good and bad for us in America. But from what I've heard, yeah, I mean, it really makes sense. If we're going to privatize something, it's going to be for the purpose of extracting profits, right? And it's not profitable to deliver to a lot of these small rural communities. Where I lived in Washington, especially up in northeastern Washington, rural Idaho, yeah, it cost a lot of money to transport vehicles and people out into the middle of nowhere just so, Uncle Bobby in the middle of the woods can get his internet bill.
I bet in the rural Idaho and those places. I mean,
You
I
love
think
that,
we should
right?
probably. I think we
Oh,
should just.
fuck, you love that, Stepan,
Wait,
don't
You're
you?
interrupting again.
boy,
I think
Yes,
we should just.
yes.
I think we should.
Please,
For a particular reason, because you
You're
also interrupt
interrupting
me.
again, boy.
please
You
stop
In
can't stop.
interrupting,
that's
boy.
why I do it, dude.
Boy, please stop.
I
Please
will.
stop interrupting
Yeah,
me.
I will.
Thank you.
Jack, I think we should just buy Greenland and the Netherlands and see what we can do with it. We could probably run it a lot better.
Mhm.
Mm,
There's no
I
point. It's typically ours
And buy
anyways, if you
Gaza.
think about it economically.
I'm focused on let's ensure and reclaim freedom here in America. Freedom from tyranny, freedom from exploitation, freedom from deception. Let's confront the liars and the lies together. Guys, this is what I feel God has planned for us. Finding
You hear that?
wholeness, finding wholeness, strength, and peace in unity. When you accept the truth of unity, the people we don't like, the people that we hate, they are a part of our experience. By our knowing of, right? They are in our experience. We are one. The truth of our unity will end this insanity of wars and domination and abuse. I
Do
think
you
we can do it. Do you guys want to try?
I mean, can you imagine Stepan and I unifying?
Yep,
Okay.
I can.
Yeah, I want to try, Jack. And isn't that one of the fundamental duties of government to provide services to rural areas? I mean, why spend billions of dollars on a military to police the world when we can't even get the homeless off of the street? It's definitely a conundrum.
Oh,
Amen.
fuck. You guys want to get everybody into a city.
No, no, not at all. Let's
Okay.
stop. Why? Here's something I was thinking about earlier. The reality is, all of these wars and conflicts, whether it's Israel and Lebanon, Israel and Gaza, Israel and Iran, the US and everywhere, the Ukraine and Russia, the conflicts in Sudan, there's individuals who are just going to jobs making weapons, right? And I don't fault the individuals going to jobs making weapons because they got to pay for their families and keep the lights on. And, they got to do what they got to do in this world of corruption. But Then we've got these owning class, though, that and the investing class that are making a shit ton of money through the constant sale of weapons. What if we took weapons away, right? What if it was not legal to produce these murderous weapons? And I'm talking at least, let's start it with the long range missiles and tanks and all this shit.
What about our guns, though? Our handguns?
Well, I used to
Well,
love.
I wasn't
you
gonna
guys don't
distract,
even
but
have
Jack,
guns. You guys
Jack,
don't even have
Let Jack
guns.
answer. You guys
That's
are talking over.
no. You don't even have guns, so you cannot say my gun.
I do have guns. You don't know what
No,
you're
you
talking
don't.
about. Go ahead,
No, you
Jack.
don't. You live in an institute, dude.
You're a liar.
Jack,
Well,
I just
you answered a question with a question. Jack was stating a fundamental question. And what would be the upshot, Jack? What do you think if we took those long range missiles and tanks away and reinvested some of that time, talent, and energy into rebuilding the structures of the country? What would be the upshot there, right? It's a grander vision.
Healthcare and dentistry for
Yeah, that's because you
Brent.
live
and
in
it is grander. It's not for the country; it's for the countries.
Right. I don't
And
disagree with that.
Jack, what I was trying to ask you is, how does that work when there's so much leniency regarding all of the excuses that people will say why they need these tools? Just curious, your perspective.
It's all fear based. The majority is fear based. People are taught to be afraid, and then they buy lots of weapons to defend themselves. And then, you got to use those weapons. You can't waste money on buying weapons and not really using them. So these nation states do all these things. But the reality is, if war was not an option, our governments would be focused on peace, would they not?
Yeah.
Absolutely, I agree.
We wouldn't have JG looking for work in a weapons factory or whatever that sign said.
Hey, let him do him, man. He's doing his path.
No, I like him. I'm not being critical.
No, and the thing is, too, is we've got so many talented and experienced people that are being underutilized, JG, he's not really looking to be chained to a job, but he's got experience and talents. He's out there trying to sell it.
Just when I needed him, he just bailed out. Like, what the fuck?
Well, and actually, is that not the definition of the proletariat? Under the ideas of Marxism and such, the proletariat are those who really have nothing to offer or sell beyond their labor.
Yeah, and so he just quit. Just
Well,
when
it's still a purpose. If you can provide that purpose, that's one thing. But the show must go on.
I suggest we have so many opportunities for things to be repaired, to be fixed, to be created, right? But the focus on profits has everyone misguided, and mankind is at war with itself. The path for us forward, individually and collectively, we've got to go within ourselves, identify, where am I whole? Where am I fractured? Where am I broken? How do I repair the fractures? How do I repair the broken? How do I move forward despite the fractures, despite the brokenness, so that I can find wholeness?
are those the question that you ask yourself or me or the panel? I'm
Everybody,
confused.
really. I encourage everybody to ask themselves that.
Okay.
If you were to guess,
Can
where are you?
anybody answer that question? Frank, Goblin, Stepan?
Anyone
I think we're looking for Voy and Jack because you guys are on the. You guys are elders in this.
Boy, the fuck
Yeah.
toy.
That,
You guys
that,
got more experience
that,
on this
that's a
planet,
cop
so
out.
I'm more
That's a cop
curious
out.
about
We were
you. I'm
asking.
more curious about you guys because you guys are older and you got more
No,
experience
no,
on this
no, no.
planet. Go
We
ahead.
were
I don't
asking
trust people
because
wearing
we
masks.
were the elders. We were asking you this question. I said, "Is it Frank? Is it Goblin? Is it Stepan that can answer this
Narcissists
question?"
wear masks. I don't
It's
trust
not me. I'm here to learn.
toys.
Listen to these
Go ahead.
accusations. I'm just trying to get a conversation going, and all I get back is accusations.
Well, you sound like an old Dutch granny or something wearing a mask.
Please
So
stop, please. Back to the idea and the question really, where might you be fractured? Where might you be broken? Where might you be divided? And then I think the next question might be, fractured from what? Divided from what? Broken from what? What is the comparison? What would it look like if I was not fractured, not broken, not disconnected, right? Would I
I'm
suggest?
waiting. I'm waiting.
Yeah. Anyone willing to see where they might be fractured or disconnected from the truth
No,
or
the
from love?
people that are on us on this panel with us, they are completely whole, all of them. Frank, Goblin, Stepan,
Well, no,
they're not
No, that's
fractured.
not true. That's not true. I'm not completely whole. I'm
Oh,
here to
yeah, and
learn. I'm
I'm
a
taking
student of
and you
time
life.
to listen.
circumcised goblin.
Yeah, I was taking time to listen and reflect and think inwardly, Jack.
thank
Frank
you.
is.
Yeah. I whether it's answered publicly or not, I know it was the path that I had to go on myself, and it's in line with the topic today, right? There's a stronger version of us individually and collectively. It happens when we unite with love, when we unite with the truth, because it's only when we're united with the truth, when we're united with love, man, that's when we're unstoppable, because that's when God is with us. We push aside the giver of knowledge and that which allows love to be known. We push that away when we choose to be afraid and angry, when we choose to lie. That's the biggest one, guys. We have this opportunity. We were born into a world of lies. Those who believe in lies end up quite confused, and the confused run around trying to hurt people. And Snafu, you have been very well behaved today. Okay. I want to thank you for that. But we're still, man. What are we going to do, guys?
you thanked, you thanked, you actually thanked him.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
They all play a part, boy. You,
Yeah,
me.
We are
takes a
one
village.
experience. Guys,
There, you asked, what are we going to do, Jack? There has to be a growth process, right? There has to be a vision through growing through the thing and like the transitional stages that we'll go through to get there. So I think it's coming together. You're doing your part.
hey, I think it is. I think we are doing our part. God is moving us. And the more I settle into that idea that God, the mystery of power and life and light, it's moving me. It's with me. I have this illusion of control and choice, and I focus on my control, my self control, on the choices that I can find and I can make. But I've been learning truly just trust, guys. Trust in the truth, trust in love, trust in God, trust in life, trust in good.
Well,
Because
I think I learned something today.
all right. Hey, I do think maybe it's time to start wrapping up.
I have one more question though, Jack, before I
Please,
forget.
please
If
do.
if you had a chance to speak with the rulers of Iran, and they said, "Hey, we still want to wipe Israel off the map. I know Israel's done wrong, um, and lots of the countries over there have." How would you suggest to them that we need peace rather than wiping a tiny hat country right off the map?
I actually think they would understand the path easier than Israel might understand the path, at least those currently representing the state of Israel. Benjamin Netanyahu and some of these other names, I can hear them in my memory. I don't think I can say them. Many of the staff and those who represent the state of Israel right now pushing for the expansion of the settlement project, pushing for the expansion of their borders and continuing extermination of those who they think are against them. Israel's got to be stopped. The United States has to be stopped. Selfishness has to be stopped for our world to know peace.
The Zionist state of Israel is pure evil. I almost said the state of evil, but to wipe out people is a state of evil. That
It
is
is.
pure evil. To want to exterminate people
It
that
is.
way, take their land and kill them all. It's incredible.
God is showing us the evidence and the lessons are many, but we have the opportunity to unite together to end the wars, right? To bring an end to the violence so that then the next step we work together to bring forth the healing. But the healing and the end to the violence, they'll happen at the same time, right? At least the steps towards them.
Part of
It's
me
all,
wants to say, "Fuck them, they're evil. Just drown them in matzo ball soup, Israel," because they've done so much. They've done so
I
much
know,
evil that I don't know if there's
I
any
know.
convincing them that they're wrong. They don't want to admit it.
Well, it doesn't matter. That's the truth. This is a fact. And the reality is all of these people who are committing evil, they will have to live with those memories throughout their eternity. Okay? There's no escaping from what we do. We will carry the memory, the knowledge of what we've done until, well, I guess until it doesn't need to be carried anymore. But I don't know. Hey,
Well, thanks for
we're
answering the question, Jack. I hope you have a great day today. And peace to you and peace to everyone here. And I hope there is peace over there in the Middle East. That it's sickening what's gone on, and I don't like it.
I agree. Stephen, thank you very much. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
how everything came together today. And you're part of
Thank you
that.
very much. Thanks for having me on.
Much love. And Frank, thoughts from
Blessings,
you?
Jack. I think King Stephen brought a good salient idea about like you getting in touch with the Postmaster General. And for me, anyway, I found it really inspiring and invigorating to think about like that transformation in that system, like a possible reinvigorating of the US Postal Service and the rural routes in America. Because I remember growing up as a kid and there was life in that, and it brought life and prosperity to so many smaller towns in the US, and to draw back the forces of war. And why build tanks when you can build postal vehicles and stuff like that that help people and housing people? They should be building pup tents and stuff rather than tanks. But I don't know. I think it was a good show today, Jack. I think you did your best dealing with the tools you were given. So blessings to you, and keep doing good magic, brother.
Much love to you, Frank. Appreciate you and all who may have tuned in, joined. If you click the link, if you joined us in the live or later, sincerely, thank you. Thank you to all of you. The reminder as we part out, we are stronger together, right? Uniting together with the truth, uniting together with love. That's when we discover, that's when we discover that you really are here for more than you dreamed, individually and collectively. Greater strength is found. It's found in this world in the absence of our fractures, our divisions, in the absences of those we can unite with the world that is within our life. And the world has brought me back. Snafu, are you looking to talk here or after the stream? Let's be brief if it's here. What's going on,
Yes,
brother?
I'm glad. I wanted to correct the record, okay? And this is important. And yes, I was. Well, first, I want to say thanks to all the mods out there, not texting our people, but who aren't abusing the wrenches. Thank you, Jack. And that's why I'm being nice. But this is where I was spamming a little. Jack, you kind of fibbed to the audience. I provided what you asked. People of your past, including people I didn't know, Charles, Brian, the junior optic, people of your past did try and talk to you. Remember, we did that 2-day like live stream, and you and Charles had that, but you got angry and it didn't work out. But you were texting and talking and on panel, like it wasn't what you wanted. The anger optics got it not to like fully go, but let's correct the record. I, Snaps Who Snaps, provided when no one else did provide, and I let it go down, and it just didn't go down the way it wanted. I just wanted to correct the record. But other than that, good stream.
Yeah. And the record reflects the things that you said, and the things that you did. And
and the things you don't do. The record reflects. But no,
as you say, thank you, my brother. Appreciate you swinging through, correcting the record. We can connect another time. I'll bring cupcakes, man. People want to meet. People want to do good. I have this idea, guys. Seriously. Love of the truth. How about just an honest love? With an honest love to discover what is true, we will find that forgiveness is available. Compassion, mercy, opportunities, blessings, health, solutions. All of these things are available. I'm going to wrap it up here. Brothers and sisters, sincerely, thank you once again, all who are a part of this. Till next time, choose love, peace for everyone, walk with faith, and of course, live without fear. Thank you again, and peace to everyone. God bless.